My friends and I were on a road trip from Minneapolis to Chicago. We pulled over to get gas somewhere off Interstate 94, and while we were at the gas pump, we see this crew of teenagers exit the gas station and head to their car. These kids could not have been more than 16 or 17 years old, but they were all very clearly and intentionally trying to dress like hipsters. Puffy vests, skinny pants, scuffed boots, white t-shirts with the sleeves rolled up, the whole shebang. They were being loud and overconfident, pushing and shoving each other and making a lot of noise, and some of them had packs of American spirits. We specifically noticed the cigarettes, because these kids didn't look old enough to buy them legally. My friend commented to me, "Those kids look way too young to smoke." Not 10 seconds later, they finished piling into their car and shut the door. The kid sitting in the front passenger seat sees us watching them from the car. He gets this kind of cocky look on his face, then shoots us this sly little shit-eating grin. As he does, he pulls out the package of cigarettes, pulls one out, and sticks it in his mouth, very visibly showing us that he is smoking. I start to laugh a little bit because I'm kind of blown away that this little kid is trying to show off to me with this cigarette thing. Well, right as he is staring at us in our eyes with this big grin and lit cigarette, he doesn't realize that his friend has put the car in drive, and as it pulls forward with a jerk, the kid gets startled, causing him to drop the lit cigarette out of his mouth accidentally, sending it falling right down into his shirt. The last thing we saw as their car pulled away was this kid's stupid grin transforming into wild yelling, as he is frantically patting himself up and down to try to get the lit, still burning cigarette out of his shirt. I once hit a deer head on and couldn't start my car afterwards. As I'm sitting there, I see someone pulling over to the side of the road. This guy was huge. He's gonna help me, I thought. He smiles at me, asked how it happened, then picks up the deer, throws it in the back of his truck, and drives off. I didn't truly process what had just happened until he was out of sight. My dad was outside working on his car. He was all around the thing, tweaking various things. He had the hood open and had apparently sprayed a ton of engine degreaser under there. I was just walking through the house and see my cat sitting in my parents' bedroom window, so I just went in there to pet him. He was basically watching my dad work on the car, so I had a pretty good side view of my dad and the car. I am half watching, sort of just petting and cooing at the cat. My dad gets in the car and starts it up after doing whatever he had done to it. Then, flames. Flames all over the engine. The entire engine compartment is on fire. This immediately grabs my full attention. My dad doesn't see it right away because the hood is shielding his view. Then he gets a glimpse of the flames. Cue Benny Hill music. He hops out of the car, jumping and cursing, running around, visibly freaking out. He runs around the side of the house, comes back running with the end of the hose. The hose wasn't unwound enough, and with the force he is running with, it reaches its limit, and he flies backwards onto the ground. I felt like I was watching a cartoon. He runs back again to get more slack on the hose and finally douses the engine with water. The fire is taken care of, and I am laughing hysterically. I shouldn't have, but I couldn't help it. Then, he comes in to tell me what happened, but I had already seen the entire thing go down, and all because I randomly decided to go pet the cat. I once saw some guy run a red light right in front of me and hit an Impala with 4 old ladies in it. It was just a clip, but it still sent them spinning around. Fortunately, everyone looked all right. The guy who ran the red light gets out of his car and starts approaching the Impala. He's got a white wife beater on and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Looks like a real winner. This guy has the nerve to act like the accident was caused by the old ladies. He gets to the window and one of the old ladies rolls it down. Then out of nowhere, pow! She pepper sprays the dude. He's holding his face when she gets out and starts hitting him with an umbrella. By this point, all 4 old ladies are out of the car and are all teeing off on this guy. One lady has a little black purse, and she's tomahawking him like some sort of 20 horsepower jackhammer. Bam! 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 Another lady is prodding him in the side with an umbrella. The last lady looks like Mother Goose, and she's beating him with her massive purse. She hit him over the head, and all her stuff went flying out all over the place. Her Bible fell out onto the ground, so she picked that up and whacked him over the head. With the Bible. I didn't think he was getting up, but when he finally did, he ran to his car as fast as he could and drove off. The Mother Goose-looking one even yelled at him while he drove away. It was too good. I wish I could have recorded it.